Hey guys, this Shiitake back with the new Let's Play. Actually, turnabout substitution. When I was playing through it, it kept freezing up at this one point. So I figured that out. I'm just gonna start a new Ace Attorney fan case game. It's called Conflict of Interest. I forgot it's by Rupa, I guess. But I played it a little bit so far, and it looks really nice. I really like it so far. So it's basically after Apollo Justice, I think. I don't know. Let's get into it. Okay, so conflict of interest. I don't know. I really like these fan case games that people make. Oh, it's like the new. I think this is after he gets his he takes the bar exam again and he gets his license his thing back. So attorney's badge. Okay, so let's start a new game. This case is intended to be a prologue to the tutorial case. For various reasons, I initially removed it from the game. I've chosen to include it. Yes. Okay, so basically, he took this case out to begin with, but now he put it back in for everybody else. Turnabout is worth 1,000 words. Who was she? It was nobody. Are you sure about that? I know I've seen her before. I said it was nobody. You have been really paranoid lately, you know that? Well, maybe it's for a reason. That's it, I knew I recognized her. It was that reporter woman. I seen her, you two together before. I can't believe you do this to me. I can't believe you do this to me, sorry. Oh my gosh. Gah! Oh my gosh. What did I just do? This is awful. What would I do? That woman. I'll teach her to do this to me. Okay, so we know like who the killer is basically. My name is Phoenix Wright. I'm a defense lawyer. Oops, sorry. Trissy, are you ready for this, Daddy? As ready as I'll ever be. We didn't have much chance to investigate last night. That doesn't matter. You've done it before. This young lady is Trissy, my daughter. If you haven't played Apollo Justice, you really need to play it because it explains why he has a daughter. Anyways, I'll keep going. She's a magician and a rather talented one, if I might say so. I met her about 8 years ago during the height of my career. Back then I was accused of forging evidence and was stripped of my badge. I was proven innocent recently and I was allowed to retake the bar exam. So begins a new chapter in my life as an attorney. Daddy, stop monologuing and pay attention. If you haven't played Ace Attorney before, apparently they always can read thoughts. I don't even know how. Oh, sorry. Were you saying something? I was telling you that she's here. The defendant? The defendant? Of course. Who else would be meeting us in the defendant's lobby? That's a lot of... If you haven't played her, she's from the first game, second game also. I think the third game? I don't think she's in the third game actually, but... Anyways, you'll learn who she is. Defendant? That's all you can call me? That's all you can think to call me, Mr. Wright? Hello, Lada. Are you ready for your trial today? Well, a girl can be so prepared for something like this, you know. I've been in lots of courts, but never as a suspect. It's pretty dang terrifying. I ain't felt like this down in ages. Well, there's a first time for everything. I know you didn't kill the victim, and I mean to prove it. You've been out of here for a long time. Are you sure you're up to this? I know what I'm doing. Trust me. I don't know. I'm starting to think that what I should have did was went to Mr. Justice, and Mr. Justice is, Apollo Justice. Yeah, if you haven't played Apollo Justice, you need to go play that game too. And he can do it. If anyone can change the whole legal system, I'm sure you can beat this rookie killer guy who's prosecuting. Rookie killer? That sounds intense. Yeah, I heard somebody call him that. You aren't worried, are you? Not at all. I'm not a rookie. The the trial is starting, sir. Anyways, the rookie killer, everyone knows who he is, so thank you. Trucy, let's head in. Lotta, don't worry, I have everything under control. If y'all say so. Sorry, I can't do a southern accent well, even though I'm from the south. The rookie killer? That nickname sounds very familiar. Should, Phoenix. Yep, it's him. July 17, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 4. Smack. The court is now in session for the trial of Lotta Hart. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready too. You. Let's hear the opening statements. The defense asserts the position that Miss Hart is innocent. I know her and she wouldn't do something like this. Thank you. And what about you, Mr. Payne? Did you have an opening statement to declare? But you were... I guess not. That's some rookie killer. You're doing great so far. Just look how nervous he is. Haven't even done anything yet. What's this guy's problem? He's staring at me like I'm some kind of ghost. I thought you were disbarred. Well, I was, but they let me back. It's a long story. How did you? He seems to remember me. I really feel like I know him from someplace, but I can't recall from where. Maybe I just forgot. Hey, he must have not made a big impression on me. Well, Mr. Payne doesn't seem to be prepared quite yet. I think the defense should start us out. You seem to have a handle on things, Mr. Wright. Could you tell us about the victim? Yes, Your Honor. The victim was... obviously not Maya. It's not Lotta, because she was a COD. The accused right now. And I guess it's Victor Timmons. His name is Victor Timmons. That name sounds very unfortunate. Very well. Do we know how this man was killed? He died from a... if you don't really know, you can check in the court record, and we have the autopsy report, and he was forcibly drowned. So that's what it is, drowning. He was drowned. Drowned? That doesn't sound very pleasant to go a way to go. I'm told it isn't. Mr. Payne, I believe we give you enough time. Are you ready to continue? Yes, Your Honor. It won't be a problem. Excellent. I believe we're ready to begin the trial. He started it rather easy for you. Probably on the account of the prosecution. That guy seems to be really scared of you. Can't imagine why. I know I've seen him somewhere. Of course you should, Phoenix. Really? Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. Ahem! The prosecution calls Detective Gumshoe to the stand. Yep, Gumshoe. Everyone should know him. Hey, pal. Hey, Gumshoe. Don't betray it. Wasn't gonna blow apart my testimony today. I made it extra sure it was perfect this time. You mean you usually don't? You don't usually? Wow, no, that's not it. It's just That's not bad, didn't it? Kind of. Well, anyways, I'm gonna show you who's boss today. See? Just watch. Witness! Enough of this chatting with the defense. Sorry, sir. Please state your name and occupation to the court. The name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective in the local precinct. I'm the lead investigator on this case. Who is testifying about your investigation? Yes, sir. Once Super Falls testimony, coming right up. What is testimony? So we hear the testimony, and we'll do cross-examination after. The crime scene. We received a call last night around 10 p.m. We arrived at the Gatewater Land where Mr. Timmons where we found Mr. Timmons. And Gatewater Land, played the 5th game, Ace Attorney Investigations. It's a spin-off. You should know where that is. His body was submerged in a fountain. He had been drowned. Of course. Gatewater Land. I seem to remember that another murder happening there a while back. Yeah, they don't have the best safety record. Hey, I heard the hotel isn't much better. Your Honor, I would like to begin the cross-examination. Certainly, Mr. Wright, you may proceed. Now, Now, when I look through the testimony, I point out the contradictions I find. I heard enough of Gumshoe's testimony to know where something wrong with it. Something to be wrong with it. Sorry for all the crime scene. So now we can press, or we can press and to get more information. So we receive the call at 10 p.m. Let's see what he says. Do you know who the caller was? Do I? Of course I do, pal. Everybody knows who the caller was. Apparently everyone doesn't include me. The caller witnessed the crime. We will hear from her later once Gumshoe is finished. I see. There isn't much to say on this matter. In the meantime, please continue your testimony, Detective Gumshoe. We arrived at the Great Library where we found Mr. Timmons. Okay, let's press him. What time does the park close? Well, I think it's around 9 p.m. So nobody had business being there at that time. Actually, these people did. You see, there had been a big concert that night, and they still had people cleaning there cleaning up. And Mr. Timmons was one of those people. He was definitely allowed in, if that's what you're asking. I see. His body was submerged in a fountain. Can you tell me more about this? There's a big fountain in the park's entryway. Someone had drowned him in. It's right here, pal. So V, victim, and then it's just kind of like a map. How deep is this fountain? About 18 inches. 3 feet. That's not very deep. No, but it's deep enough to kill someone in. See? Oh yes, you're right. He's most certainly dead there. Ugh. The court accepts these both as evidence. Crime scene. Okay. You may continue, detective. He had been drowned. Okay, of course he has. Wouldn't drowning take take a lot of effort? I think it would, but not that I've ever done it myself. Mr. Gumshoe, is it possible that the victim accidentally tripped and fell in the fountain by himself? Not at all, Your Honor. You see, his suit was torn, and we all see there's a struggle beforehand. A struggle? Interesting. So it definitely wasn't just an accident. You see anything yet? Not quite. We don't have enough information yet. Well, be careful. Well, be careful. You never know what the prosecution will lay one of those nasty traps. From this guy? I think I can handle anything that he throws at me. He seems to be absolutely terrified of me. So, okay, now we have to find a contradiction. He been drowned, right? So if you look at the picture, okay, I don't know. You see that, it's kind of like red blood near his head. I don't know what really happened there, but it looks like blood. So we gotta know what happened there. Objection! So he presents evidence. Gumshoe, doesn't anything seem strange? Seems strange to you about this photo? Not really, pal. I made extra sure my testimony had no holes in it. Well, despite that, I think I found a rather large one. Really? As a matter of fact, yes. Take a look at this photo. The part I find strange is right here, and that's what I was just talking about. I see, it looks like blood or something near his head. Take a look at his forehead. Is that blood? It certainly looks like it. Tell me, Gumshoe, if he was drowned, then why is there a large blood stain here? Drowning doesn't make you bleed out of the head. Well, you see... Detective, this is very important. Could have been an autopsy report was completely wrong about the cause of death? That contradiction was rather really easy. Maybe it was a bit too easy. Hee 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 hee. Uh-oh. It seems that the defense is jumping to conclusions. That the cause of death was indeed drowning. The injury on his head was not fatal. But what caused it? The victim was struck on the forehead by his killer. During the time she overpowered him and drowned him. During which time she overpowered and drowned him. A small person such as the defendant would have trouble bringing someone down his size otherwise. It seems Detective Gumshoe forgot to mention this. Yeah, sorry about that, sir. I'm curious. What was he hit with? Actually, I was just about to get to that. It was this camera. That's the camera? That's a camera? It used to be, at least. Well, that thing is shattered. You're right. The camera is totaled. Somehow, the memory card is still intact. Anything important on it? Nah, just a few shots from the concert that night. The camera is the only part that matters. It isn't just any camera though. This happens to belong to the defendant, Lotta Hart. Lotta's heart added to the court record. Yay, more evidence. This is found at the crime scene? Yes, there's no question it's hers. It proves that she did it. Oh my. That certainly does make her look suspicious. I knew that was too obvious. So Miss Hart was really there? Either that or someone stole her camera and brought it there. That might be kind of hard to prove though. Detective, please tell us about the evidence against the suspect. Can do, sir. Okay, so we have another testimony. Lotta's camera. That camera definitely belonged to the defendant. She admitted it to us. It's pretty busted up, but it doesn't work anymore. It proves that the defendant was entirely there. Definitely there. Only a few people could have been there at the time, and Miss Hart was one of them. This sounds like very solid evidence. The camera owned by the defendant and used to strike the victim, of course, is decisive. We'll see about that. Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination. Okay, so same thing again. You don't always have to press on all of them. You kind of press on the ones you think is important. So let's see. No, it's pretty busted up. Doesn't work anymore. Proves the defendant was definitely there. No, this is what I need more information on. And like, only which people could be there. How many people were at the park? Oops. An awful lot. A few thousand, I think. 1,000? That was earlier, before the murder. Great Waterland was holding a music concert. It was a really big show. I wish I could have gone to get those tickets. But those tickets were really expensive. How'd you single out my client from all those people? Well, the concert was over, so the park was shutting down. All the visitors were gone. Who still had access to it? Then park employees, the concert staff, and anyone from the press. Press? There were a few people from the big name news stations taking interviews. That concert was a big deal. The park employees, a concert in the major news stations. Usually if it's like in red, it's kind of like important. It's kind of give you a hint. Oh, that's it. I don't see any big contradictions here. Well, sometimes you need to press the statements to learn new information. Try doing that, and maybe you'll find something. That's right, I need to press each statement to see if there's anything suspicious. And so that last thing, he was talking about, major news stations, but if you play the first game, Lotta's like a freelance photographer. So, and like, all getting out of the dirt. So, let's present her and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, she's a freelance photographer, even says in her profile. Hold on just a moment, Gumshoe. If things are as you say, then there's one thing we need to know. One thing we know to be true. What's that? Lotta Hart did not have access to the park. Are you sure? You said it. Big news stations were there, but that excludes her. She was only a freelance photographer. I would have expected the great Phoenix Wright at least to know this much about his own client. It's true that Miss Hart may not be officially affiliated with any major stations, but right now she may as well be. Why is that? Just a few weeks ago, the defendant uncovered a large scandal involving several famous people. So her reputation from these photos would have granted her access to the park grounds. That's correct, Your Honor. So Lotta gave up her big scoop, and now finally gets her big scoop, and now it's being used as evidence against her? Oh, fate, what cruel tale you weave. It still isn't definite proof. There are still plenty of people left at the park. Yes, most of them were in the areas cleaning up. However, if this satisfies you, I can prove beyond a doubt. A decisive witness. Oh, a decisive witness. Oh, a witness? Yes, I just happened to have somebody who saw Miss Hart commit the crime. Prosecution calls Miss Kylie Washington to the stand. What always happens? I'll explain at the end of this case. Who? She looks somewhat familiar. I can't believe she's here to say this. Do you think she be my girlfriend? I'm sure everyone already knows this, but just for formality's sake, would you mind saying your name and occupation? Of course I will. My name is Kylie Washington. I'm a singer. Yay. I must say, Miss Washington, I never expected you see you here in my courtroom. My granddaughter is quite fond of you. It's always good to hear I have fans. Here, why don't you give her this? This might make her happy. I know it would me? Oh, it would me, like, make her happy. Yeah, sure, I'm sure it will. Am I missing something here? Daddy, do you not know who Kylie Washington is? Should I? She's the only biggest pop star in the country. Really, Mr. Wright? Everybody knows that. My job is to defend in court, not to keep up on date on the latest teen pop idols. Miss Washington has songs such as Fiesta in Mexico and I'm Uncontrollable. She's quite popular with the teenage crowd. Oh, and me. She's popular with me too. I love Fiesta in Mexico. And could you sing it for us? Here? Surely no one wants to hear me do that right now. Of course. Oh well, anything for my fans. Just to let you know, bad singing coming up right now. Let's go to the party on the beach. Let's go party on the sun. We'll have a fiesta here in Mexico. Everybody can come. The lyrics didn't go fast enough. I wish I had it faster. But you know, everyone should know the song if you played Ace Attorney. I can't remember exactly where it's from, but thank you. I love you too. Narcissist much. Oh, that was great. It was a big hit at my concert last night. Now that I think of it, maybe I have heard it before. Of course you should have, Phoenix. The melody sounds familiar at least. Are you not entertained, Mr. Lawyer? Who, me? Why aren't you fawning like the others? Fawning over me like the others? Not many attorneys can say they met Kylie Washington in their first trial. It's not... Here, a gift from me. I just wrote it myself before coming here. Leave it as a souvenir. Thank you. Okay. How do you get so lucky? Her sucking up to me isn't gonna make me go any easier on her testimony. Now, Miss Washington, why don't we begin? You were leaving a bit early when you saw the crime. Would you mind telling us about it? Why, certainly. Of course, I'm sure the court would love to hear from me. Really? You most certainly would. She hasn't even started, and she has everyone at the palm of her hand. Witness's testimony. Vic's fateful meeting. I saw the suspect speaking with Vic. I knew he would come to front entrance to see him. They talked for a few minutes, but then she attacked him. She hit him with the camera and drowned him in the fountain. You referred to him as by his first name. Did you know each other well? I did. He was my manager. I'd seen him hanging around that woman before. I knew she was trouble. I think the court wouldn't mind knowing exactly how they knew each other. I'm pretty sure they used to be lovers. What? So Timmons was Lotta's ex-boyfriend. Well, there's a motive. Okay, let me see. So, let's see. She come into the front entrance, and you know how Lotta was apparently taking pictures at the concert stage, right? Let's see. Press and see what happens. The front entrance? Do you have a map? I can show you. See this path? That's right, it's right there. The murder took place around the fountain in the center, correct? The only fountain there. Where were you at this time when this was happening? I was on the other side of the fountain. I don't think they saw me. What happened next? I don't know, because Lotta did not come from the entrance, because she was already there, so why would she come to the entrance to see him? Like, there's no point of her to backtrack. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't think that's right. Never mind. Oops, sorry, that's what happens if you mess up. Yeah, that's all I was supposed to... Okay. So, they talk for a few minutes. Let's just press. Did you overhear anything? It's not polite to eavesdrop. That didn't answer my question. You wouldn't expect me to do that, would you? No, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't sound a bad person. My future girlfriend isn't like that. That's right. Mr. Wright, I won't have you any more of this. Stop trying to sully her with her reputation. I what? Hee. What are they talking about isn't important. The only thing that matters is what happened next. She She hit him with the camera and drowned him with the gun. Are you sure it wasn't Miss Hart? Of course, I'm sure. I remember her seeing her before, so I can recognize her. How well do you know each other? Well, I guess she doesn't know me too well. But I've seen her with Vic a lot. It's definitely a face I wouldn't forget. This testimony is gonna look terrible for our case, but I know Lotta isn't the type to commit murder. Somewhere is a contradiction that I need to find. Did you see it? I did. I think I noticed something. It's not very big, but it might give you an opening. Okay, let's see. I saw this also speaking big. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's this though, like, she coming to the front, but coming to the front entrance to see him, but I guess it's not right. Sorry guys. This piece, yes, sorry. Sorry. Let's see, she's not coming to the front entrance to see him, to talk for a few minutes, and then she attacked him. Let's see. How many people were there in the entrance area? Just 3 of us. Did you know each other? The other 2 know you? Not that I was aware of, sorry. I was trying to keep a low profile. Why is that? All the lights and cameras were getting to me, so I thought I'd slip out early. I had to avoid anyone from the press. That likely would swarm for interviews. That's right. I mean, I can't blame them, but even I need my space sometimes. I had to be sneaky, leaving your own concert early. Doesn't that say wonders about your character, Miss Washington? You have to come to the front entrance to see him. I forgot what I was supposed to do here. Let's see. She come in the front entrance to see him. I'm pretty sure it's this. Like, they talked for a few minutes and then she attacked him. She hit him with the camera and then drowned him. Hit him with the camera and then drowned him. Let me try again. Maybe I have to. Nope. Okay, it's not it. Oh, sorry. It's making me annoyed. Yes, Judge. We talked for a few minutes. She came into the front entrance. See him. She attacked them. Like, wait, they talked, and then she attacked them, and then she. Oh, I think I know what it is. Like, okay, so why would she just be standing there, not doing anything, right? That's what I'm thinking it is. Okay, that's not it. Sorry guys. Oh my gosh. She talked for a few minutes. She hit him with the camera and then drowned him in the gun. She talked for a few minutes and then she attacked them. Why didn't she do anything? Is that what? Oh, it's not right. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Okay. So I was supposed to be speaking with Vic. Let's see. Come to the front entrance to see him. Anyways, guys, I'll be back. I'm just gonna cut this, and I'll be back in the next. I'll just be back in a little bit with the right answer. Oh, sorry, guys. I don't want you to see me mess up right now. I need to hurry up. Oh, hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, was it called? I actually had the right idea. I just was it called presented the wrong evidence. So like, basically, I was like wondering why she would come from the parking lot instead of the concert because she was already there. So that's. But the reason she was there is because she was taking pictures. That's why. Sorry. Miss Washington, what you have just said can't be true. There's no way you saw her come in from the entrance. I know what I saw. Nevertheless, it's still impossible. This camera proves it. What does that prove? Perhaps the defense shows exactly where Miss Hart was. If she entered from the entrance, then where? She obviously came from the concert stage. Do you recall what Detective Gumshoe said a little while ago? There was some photos on the memory card left over from the concert. If there are photos from the concert, then she was there. And she would approach the concert area. What? What? Isn't it really possible that she really did see it? The defendant could have left the stage area only to come back. It wouldn't have taken very long to do that. That's right. We know Lana was at the concert, but it doesn't seem to change anything for me. Defense hasn't disproven anything. Despite this, I would like to hear more from our witness. That's okay with you, Miss Washington. Oh, don't worry. I'm more than willing to give you a pleasure of hearing me again. How about I sing this next testimony? Sing? Singing is just so boring, right? Let's spice things up. I can sing a wide range of songs, so is this something specific that you would like? I guess I'll like something upbeat. How about something upbeat? Okay, I call this one Magnificent Group. Oh my gosh. Everyone should know this. This is from Apollo Justice. This is Heart the Killer. Her do it. Let's get her a guilty verdict. Oh, yeah. Wow, that was morbid. Not my favorite, but I hope she doesn't put it on any of her albums. Well, I liked it. Now, on to the testimony. Witness's testimony. The struggle. After hitting him with the camera, Miss Hart shoved him into the fountain. Vic tried to fight back, but it's too late. By the time he regained his strength, he was already underwater. It was over so quick that there wasn't anything anyone could have done. The music she has been singing. I can't put my finger on it, but it sounds very familiar. She's a famous pop singer. You probably heard it on the radio. No, it's not that. Something about it seems very wrong. Do you recognize it? Well, maybe not this specific song. It might be a new one. Maybe that's right. I think I'm looking too much into this. Yeah, Phoenix, was it caught tripping out? You know which song it is. It's from Apollo Justice. Okay, so after hitting him with the camera, shoved him into the fountain. They tried to fight him back, but it's too late. He regained strength. He was already underwater. It was over so quick that no one could have done anything. Like, apparently you were right there, right? So, like, why didn't you do anything? Objection! Miss Washington, during this time, what were you doing? Me? Yes, you. I don't believe you just stood there doing nothing while your manager was being killed. Ack. If I saw someone being drowned, I would have tried to save them. Well, aren't you just a brave young knight in shining armor? Huh? Not all of us were born with selfish courage. I'll admit, I was a little scared when I saw Vic being killed. So you just stood there and watched? That's right. I couldn't risk somebody as important as me getting hurt. What a narcissist. It's okay, Miss Washington. Yeah, don't feel bad. Stop harassing my future girlfriend. Really, Mr. Wright? No reason to call her character into question. I just want to know what she was doing this whole time. It does raise some questions. Please tell us where you were standing during the murder. If that's okay with you. Of course. I was on the opposite side of the fountain from where Vic and Miss Hart were. I see. That's still a ways away. You may have not be able to do much in any case. That's actually not that far. Definitely not, especially considering the time it would have taken to kill him. Your position tells a lot about us. It seems to put a large hole in your testimony. What? Sorry. If you're really on that side, then something must be true. That something might make us question everything you might have to say. What's wrong with your position? Because, like, if you look at it, she says they're opposite, so when I think they mean opposite, they mean, like, directly across, not, like, diagonal or something. So, she would be, like, in eyesight still, right? That's what I'm thinking. Let me get this straight. You would have been somewhere around here, right? Yeah. We know where the victim was standing. Given that the only possible, like, place where the killer could have been, obviously, the killer should have been, like, right around here. That's right. It's right here. The killer, the victim's body was floating right around this part. She would have to be next to him in order to drown him. From that angle, it's impossible for the killer to not have seen you. So this leaves two people who stood around doing nothing. You and the killer. Why didn't the detective do anything knowing that you've seen it all? What? Why all the hostility? It does point out a rather significant flaw in your story. Well, if you really want to know, she really did do something. What's that? She tried to kill me too. Oh my, how horrible. She failed obviously, but it's the thought that counts. Why didn't you mention this before? You never asked. How specific do you want me to be us to be? That's really strange for her to bring it up now. Strange indeed. I'm not buying it. This is a very important part of your story. Please tell us more. I think I can do that. Another song this time, okay? I call this one Sinful Armor. Just wrote it myself today. She attacked me. Oh my gosh. Was after the murder. She saw me, struck me. I tried running to hide her. She had me, got me. And I fought back so I could save me myself. Now I escaped and ran for the safety. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. You guys might want to close your ears and like have from your ears bleeding. Okay, I know this one before. Does he even know that she copied his music? Yeah, if you don't know that song, that's for Apollo Justice, and that's, you know, Gavin. He was part of a band, and that's obviously his song. I recognize it too. I recognize it too. Maybe this is when all those other songs sounded familiar. You know, if the defense is gonna keep staring at me so creepily, I might not do any more singing. Boo. Do you really want to disappoint all my adoring fans like that? Boo. Don't worry. If Mr. Wright gets too out of hand, I'll be sure to give him a hefty penalty. Looks like they're raising the stakes here. Better be ready. She attacked me. It was after the murder that she struck me. I tried running to hide, but she got me. I fought back so I could save myself. I escaped and ran for safety. Let's see. This person first struck me, okay. So my client attacked it after she was done with Mr. Timmons. I don't think I stuttered. No, I don't find it very reasonable. The series of events just plain don't make sense. What about this poor woman's story? Do you find it so unbelievable? Somebody involved wasn't acting normally. It says something very suspicious about. Let's see. The person suspicious is her, really. The witness. The witness. Something's very off about Miss Washington. Okay, what was wrong with her? Doesn't make any sense, and this is a piece of evidence why. It's like where she's standing. It doesn't really make sense, in my opinion. You know where she's standing. She stands like right across from her, so like, how can you not see? Miss Washington, it's one thing to keep still while another person's life is at stake, but it's another complete thing when it's your own. How much time did it take to drown Mr. Timmons? A minute? 2? It might not seem long, but in a situation like this, it would have been an eternity. That's a rather big head start you should have had. You weren't there. How could you say what happened? Doesn't matter when you were on your own. Doesn't matter when your words are contradicting what we know. How is it even possible Miss Hart caught up with you? You were just standing around waiting for her? That's right. The killer would have been very fast to catch her. Let's just admit it. There's no way you were just standing on the opposite side of the fountain. Well, if she wasn't standing, where was she? Given what she's told us, it's highly unlikely that the killer saw her. It's highly unlikely the killer saw her and attacked her. With her supposed position, there's no way the killer didn't see her. If she was a type, then she had to be in a completely different place. Where's the only place that she could have been standing? Obviously the killer spot. She's standing right here. What? That's really close to where the killer was. This is the only area that she could have, where the killer could have had a chance of catching her. But even this brings up questions of why she didn't react, or why the killer would have murdered somebody with a witness so close by. I don't think she was attacked at all. It seems that there's no problem with the matter where she was. Witness, where were you really standing? Your testimony is flawed. ... Mr. Wright, are you trying to accuse me? Because I know you don't have anything. She wants to goad in front of me? Goad? Maybe glow? I want to say glow. Maybe she wants to glow into me. Gold. Okay, never mind. I don't know what gold means, to be honest. She wants to goad me into accusing her. It's not gonna work yet. I don't have evidence, but I can't prove she did it. No, I'm not. There's nothing that incriminates you. Since we lack evidence, perhaps more testimony is required. Drat, that's what she just wants. She's just gonna find some way to worm her way out of this one too. Hold it. Who was that? It was me. It was me. You're done too. There's evidence. Y'all just have been choosing to ignore it. Lotta? What evidence? There isn't any. Well, that's because that oaf of a prosecutor never got it developed. Those pictures I took with my camera got everything. Oof. Mr. Payne, I think we should have these looked at. Yes, Your Honor. It was just a small oversight. They're still on my memory card, right? All you do is gotta get them printed. Very well. This court will have a brief recess while the photos are being prepared. Yes, Your Honor. We will all see you back here in 10 minutes. How does it take 10 minutes to get photos developed? Oh wait, but it is on a memory card, so maybe it's faster these days? I don't know. July 4th, 11:05 a.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby number 4, so that's about an hour. Lotta, what's with this decides evidence? Why haven't you mentioned it yet? Well, it ain't my fault y'all all been ignoring everything in front of you. I think it's just plain as day. What's on your photos? It's proof. It's proof that Washington is in deep with the wrong crowd. The wrong crowd? Remember that big scoop that they were talking about? The one that they you seem to have completely missed? Yeah, the one about the scandal? How was I supposed to know what this... How was I to know I should have been reading celebrity gossip magazines? It were a pretty big deal. You might have heard about it on the news. I proved that there are a whole bunch of folk funding a criminal organization. I blew the lid right off them. Wow, that's really something. It's impressive, but what does it have to do with this case? There's only one person that got away. They never identified her, but I know it's her. It's Washington. So Lotta suspects Kylie Washington of being involved with this game. The big scoop added to the court record. Let's just look at it real quick. So, yeah, that's Victor Timmons and some other 2 people. Okay. I'll have to go look into this. I have to look into this some more. Looks like the recess is almost over. Nick! Daddy, look who's here! Oh my gosh, Maya! Sorry, I'm late. I had to come all the way from Courtroom Village for this. How much did I miss? Things are just getting interesting. What are you doing here in your old acolyte robes? That's not important. We got a case to solve. This woman is my friend, Maya Fey. She's the current master of the Korean spirit channeling technique. Spirits, as in ghosts. It's strange, but you get used to it after a while. Being the master is a pretty demanding position. It looks like she managed to find time to make it here today. Glad you can make it, Maya. I thought you would be busy today. Are you kidding, Nick? After what you did the last time you tried to do this alone. Yeah, remember Maya wasn't there for us in Apollo Justice, so we got screwed. I learned my lesson from that. Never accept strange evidence from young girls that you never met. Yeah, if you haven't played Apollo Justice, basically he gets forged evidence from Trucy by accident. Not only was one not one of my most intelligent moves I've made. No way I'm letting you go without an assistant. Is that alone? Trucy, I thought you were back from the agency. Back at the agency. Nope. Hope you won't mind taking your spot. Not at all. This just means we'll be double sure nothing bad happens. Wow, I'm not really that helpless, am I? Okay, 2 assistants. Sorry. Okay, 2 assistants. We're ready. Okay, I think we can try it. This one ought to be interesting. July 14th at 11:10 a.m. District Courtroom number 4. Smack. Court is in session again. Mr. Payne, are those photos ready? Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution has retrieved the pictures from the camera's memory card. Hee. It seems that they weren't as decisive as she claimed. Well, I just see Miss Washington singing. There's nothing suspicious about that. Indeed not. Perhaps we got worked up all over nothing. In any case, this court accepts this photo as evidence. Lada's, camera. No matter how sketchy it may be. Miss Hart, I believe it was your idea to discuss this. Would you mind explaining it to us? Sure can do, Your Honor. Here's Lada's side of the testimony. Let's see how much we can learn from her. Witness's testimony. Scandal. This all goes back to my big scoop. There's one gal that never got caught. I know it's that Washington woman. So I've been going to all her concerts trying to catch her in the act again. My photos from last night prove that she was the one. He. Isn't this interesting? The defendant is accusing somebody else. It's rather convenient that her own photos would be her evidence. Of course. Wouldn't the defendant always lie to save herself? There's no reason to trust a word she says. She isn't lying. I know we can trust Miss Hart. How are we supposed to find a contradiction if it's the truth? Actually, it's the thing. That's the thing. We're only the ones who believe her. So things will be a bit different this time. We don't need to prove her wrong. We just need to prove her right. Wow, how are we supposed to do that? Or how will we do that? The same way I do everything else. Somewhere I have proof that she's not making this up. Now I have to find it. Okay, guys, and next time I will go with Lada's testimony. Sorry for the long video, but I hope you guys like it. I'll see you guys next time.